Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS classes. Today in this lecture, we are going to see current affairs of 21st April 2022. So let's get started with our discussion and let us try to see today's quote. So today's quote is a motivational quote. Quote says, "With a new day comes new strength and new thoughts." So every day we will be having new strength and we will be having new thoughts. So try to utilize your strength of that day and try to increase your speed and increase your focus on your preparation. So that will help to achieve your UPSC, okay, and that will be helpful to reach your goal. So now let us try to see first topic. It is regarding Delhi MCA Act. So already we discussed this topic number of times, and even in our yesterday's lecture we studied that President gave assent to this Delhi MCA Act. So with this Delhi MCA Act, which mainly leading to some denudation of spirit of federalism. So what is this federalism? We can see here there is the proper distribution of powers between center and state. So federalism means nothing but there is a proper distribution of powers between center and state. So according to that, we will be having Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution. So in this Schedule 7, we will be having three lists: union list, state list, and as well as concurrent list. So in these union list, we will be having the subjects. So on those subjects, central government will be having power to make laws. And regarding the state list, so what are the subjects which are included in that state list? So state government will be having power to make laws. And what about this concurrent list? So both center government and as well as state governments, they have power to make laws in this concurrent list. So let me know, so how many subjects are present in union list, how many subjects are present in state list and as well as concurrent list in comment box. Okay, so this is your first homework. So now let us try to see what is this act and what are the key features of this act, and later on we are going to see what will be the issues. Then you can understand how it denotes the spirit of federalism. So this is a brief introduction regarding this topic. So now actually we know that, so this Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Bill 2022, which has been passed in both the houses, in Lok Sabha and as well as in Rajya Sabha, and finally our president gave assent to this bill, right? So after any bill which is given by assent by the president, means that bill will be becoming an act. So in yesterday's lecture we studied about a different process, okay, process of passing of a bill in a parliament. So first, bill will be introduced in any house. After that, that will be mainly announced for the public, okay, and later on there will be the readings, first reading, second reading, third reading, and later on voting will be done. So after voting, whenever this bill which is passed, okay, it is getting majority of votes, means we can say the bill, it is mainly passed in the house. So after bill which is mainly passed in the house, then that bill will be introduced in the second house, and in the second house also we will be following the same procedure. And after voting, so when we say these bill which is passed in both the houses, that is in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, then that bill will be placed before president for assent. So after assent of president, then that bill will be becoming an act. So yesterday we discussed about detailing what is the process of passage of bill in our houses. So if we are talking about what is the aim of this Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Bill 2022. So it is mainly focusing to unify three municipal corporations of Delhi, that is North, South and as well as East. So we are mainly merging these three municipal corporations together. So in yesterday's lecture we studied about background of this municipal corporation, how that led to this divergence of this Delhi Municipal Corporation into these three, okay, and now we are talking about again merging of these three into one. So if you see some features of this act, it mainly says that Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Bill 2022 will amend Delhi Municipal Corporation Act of 1957, and we are mainly focusing to unify these three Delhi MCDs. And this act, which was last amended in 2011 by Delhi Assembly, and it divided this Delhi Municipal Corporation of Delhi into North Delhi Municipal Corporation, South Delhi Municipal Corporation as well as East Delhi Municipal Corporation. And this MCD amendment bill, that will replace 3 municipal corporations under the Act with 1 corporation now. And this corporation is called as Municipal Corporation of Delhi. So further, actually this 1957 Act, which mainly empowered Delhi government to decide various matter under this Act. Okay, so this is giving some power for this Delhi government regarding councillors, okay, seats of councillors, and it is also regarding reserved seats, and also matters regarding leave and as well as absence, salaries, allowances, and delimitation of the wards. So these are some important powers which are mainly given to this Delhi government under this Act of 1957. And now let us understand how this new amendment, which is mainly decreasing the power of Delhi government and it is increasing the power of central government. So because of this, it is mainly denuding this federalism concept here. Right. So under the Act here, the number of seats in this 3 MCD corporation should not be more than 272. And this new Act, which mainly states that the total number of seats in this newly unified corporation should not be more than 250 seats. And this Act, which also provides for the director of local bodies to assist the Delhi government in discharging certain functions. Okay, and next important provision here is the Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Bill 2022, which also provides for the appointment of a special officer, and this special officer, he is mainly going to exercise the power of corporation until its first meeting. And later on, the amendment also adds a new obligatory functions for this MCD. Okay, it also including e-governance now. Okay, so e-governance, it is one of the important thing that we can use to achieve our good governance, right? So it is also focusing on e-governance system for citizen services that will be helpful for providing more transparent, more accountable and easily accessible of information. And this Act, which also provided the sweeper employed for doing house scavenging of a building to give a reasonable cause for a 14-day notice. Okay, they will be getting a 14-day notice before discontinuing the services as well. And this Act, which was introduced in Lok Sabha, and later on it mainly passed in Lok Sabha and as well as Rajya Sabha, and finally President also gave assent. So these are some key features. And now let us try to understand what is the need of unifying these 3 MCDs. So actually, first of all, we came up with this trifurcation of this cooperation, mainly for increasing of or to provide more efficient civic services for the people. But this aim has not been achieved. Again, we are going for unification. So instead of owing to inadequacies in resources, so we are also having some uncertainty in fund allocation, releasing of funds, and we are also facing some financial hardships. So because of this, it is very difficult to maintain the civic service in this Delhi region. And this trifurcation of this erstwhile Municipal Corporation of Delhi was uneven in terms of even allocation, revenue generating model, territorial divisions, etc. And even we are seeing there is a delay in payment of salaries and retirement benefits, etc. So for all these reasons, now we are going for unification. And now let us try to understand what are the concerns. So the concerns are the bill will eliminate the role of state government in this civic bodies. So here there is a role of eliminating of Delhi state government in this civil bodies. And next one is this bill will also mark total exit of state government from this MCDs. So because of this, this is one of cause of concern. And the center's move to unify these 3 corporations into a single entity means it was not satisfied with the current situation of these 2 local bodies. Okay, and whenever we are going for this reduction of this number of seats means we can see there will be a need of delimitation exercise also. Okay, it will be taking several months of time to come up with delimitation. So these are some important concerns. And now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding James Webb telescope. So in this image you can see this is our James Webb telescope. So this article is important from your GS paper 3 under science and technology. So now let us try to see this topic in a very great detail. So if you are talking about what is this NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. So before seeing this topic in a very great detail, you have to know. So this this James Webb telescope, it is of NASA. So this might be a prelims question. So NASA's James Webb telescope was launched by a rocket on December 25th, 2021 from South America's northeastern coasts. So that led to opening a new era in astronomy. So if you're talking about the rocket which mainly used to launch this James Webb telescope, here is Ariane 5EA rocket. Okay, so if you're talking about some features of this James Webb telescope, it is one of the most powerful infrared telescope, and this telescope which mainly launched by NASA. Okay, and the telescope is the result of international collaboration between NASA and as well as European Space Agency and even Canadian Space Agency. So these are the three that you have to remember, that is NASA and as well as European Space Agency and Canadian Space Agency. And this telescope which is going to reveal new and as well as unexpected discoveries as well. Okay, it is mainly focused on studies regarding origins of our universe and as well as our place in the universe, etc. And is also going to study atmospheres of wide range of exoplanets. So what are these exoplanets? So exoplanets are also planets which are mainly present outside our solar system. Okay, so what are the planets which are present outside our solar system? They will be called as our exoplanets. So it is also going to study atmosphere, how the atmosphere which is present on other planets which are present outside our solar system as well. And next one is, it will also search for even atmosphere which is similar to that of Earth's atmosphere. For example, it will be studying about the presence of methane, water, oxygen, carbon dioxide and complex organic molecules or not. So now let us try to see which are the important parts of this James Webb telescope. So this is our Webb telescope. So it is having a primary mirror, it is having a secondary mirror. Okay, so these mirrors are very important, and we will be having optical telescope element, and we will be having multi-layer sun shield, star trackers, spacecraft bus is also available, earth pointing antenna and solar array, trim flap. So these are some important parts of this James Webb telescope. So please see this image, I will be giving you in this PDF so that you can get some idea regarding what is the use of so and so part. And if you are talking about objectives of this Webb space telescope, so it will be helpful for searching of galaxies which are mainly formed at the very beginning of after Big Bang, and it will be also helpful for determining the evolution of galaxies, and even that will be helpful for observing the stages of formation of the stars until the formation of these planetary systems. And we can also see for physical and as well as chemical properties of planetary system, and it will be also helpful for investigating of potential for life in such systems as well. So these will be the objectives. The first one here is, we can understand how the galaxies are formed after this Big Bang theory. So regarding this Big Bang theory, you can get some important matter from your 11th class NCERT of your geography. There you can see what is this Big Bang theory, what is this a nebular theory, nebular hypothesis. So there you can get what is this Big Bang theory. So Big Bang means nothing but, so when the our Earth has not Earth, so what happened at that time? So our solar system was like a ball like thing. So there was a huge explosion that is happened. So because of this explosion, what happened, that led to formation of stars, planets, etc., sun. So this is about this Big Bang theory. And if you are talking about next article, it is talking about UGC, that is University Grants Commission. University Grants Commission for collaboration between Indian and foreign universities. So this article is important from your education point of view, which mainly comes in the GS paper too. So now let us try to see this topic in a great detail. So especially students from this students who are pursuing their graduate, it is good news for them. So if you want to have the foreign courses now, UGC also give permission for the universities, but those universities, they need to achieve some criteria. Okay, then they will be getting permission from this UGC to collaborate with foreign universities. So this is a one good news. So now let us try to see context. So if you see context, it mainly says that UGC, that is University Grants Commission, has simplified the procedure for enabling academic collaborations between Indian and as well as foreign higher education institutions, and they are going to offer joint degrees, dual courses and twinning programs. So now UGC, University Grants Commission, which mainly simplified the procedure, and now Indian colleges or Indian universities, they can come up with collaboration with the foreign universities, and they can come up with some joint degrees and as well as dual degrees and some programs together. So if you're talking about details, it mainly says that, so actually UGC, that is Universities Grants Commission, is one of the apex body, and it is mainly regulating the higher education in India. So this UGC now, which mainly decided to allow certain higher education institutions in India to enter with a memorandum of understandings with the foreign institutions, and they can now offer dual degrees, joint degrees and twinning programs. And to qualify, okay, to qualify for such academic collaboration, so Indian universities or Indian institute, they must come in the top global 1000 QS university, okay, ranking. So in this QS World's University or Times ranking, so that so and so institute should be present in top 1000. Then they will be getting permission from this UGC to come up with memorandum of understanding with those other foreign universities. Right, the collaborations would be facilitated and governed under proposed University Grants Commission. Right, it mainly comes under this University Grants Commission Regulations 2022. So under earlier we came up with 2016 regulations. So in this 2016 regulation, the institution that was required to apply for this UGC for approval for this foreign collaboration. Now in this 2022 regulations, the qualifying of universities and colleges will not be required to seek such permission now. So in this way, there is easing of process that is mainly seen from this UGC. So now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding Ayush therapy. So you need to know what is Ayush therapy and what are the visas for this Ayush therapy. So actually you know that India, it is very much famous for medical tourism. So what is this medical tourism? Medical tourism is nothing but the people from other countries, they will be visiting India to get some medical services in India, and after their medical services are done, they will be returning to their countries. So whenever people who want to visit India, okay, for medical services, they will be getting medical visas, right? So in the same way here, now Prime Minister announced that we are also going to provide visas for this Ayush therapy. So as of now, only for allopathy we are having this visa. Now for Ayush also we are going to provide visas. So this is the thing which mainly said by our Prime Minister. So now let us try to see context. So context mainly says that our Prime Minister announced that a special visa category would be created soon for those who want to travel to India for availing for this Ayush services. So here many people who are from other countries, they want to get this Ayush services. So for this Ayush service also, now from now onwards we are going to create a separate visa category to provide visas for this Ayush therapy as well. So if you see some details, it mainly says that Heal in India. Okay, Heal in India, it could be a big brand of this decade, and wellness centers based on Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and such traditional practices, okay, across the world. So the traditional medicines helped Kerala, especially Kerala state. We can see there will be the Ayush related treatments are very much well done in Kerala. Okay, and we can see in many cities we can get this Kerala Ayurveda centers will be there. And for the cracks in the bones or for the fractures of bones, so it will be well working actually. So the traditional medicines helped Kerala to promote tourism, and similarly every state should promote this traditional medicine system. So this is a power was there in entire country in every corner. So this is a statement which is given by our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister was inaugurating this Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit in Gandhinagar in presence of Director General of World Health Organization and as well as Prime Minister of Mauritius. Okay, so here in this event, in this Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit, so these are some statements which are mainly given by our Prime Minister. So now let us try to talk about what is this Ayush. Ayush, it is an acronym of medical systems that are being practiced in India, such as Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. And these systems are mainly based on definite medical philosophies, and they will represent the way of healthy living and as well as established concepts to the prevention of the diseases and as well as promotion of health. And the basic approach of these systems of health and as well as diseases and treatment are holistic in nature. So these are some important facts. Now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding sea may inundate many cities in by 2050. So it is talking about inundation of our coastal cities and the year is 2050. So this article is important from our environment and ecology, which mainly comes under our GS paper 3. So why there is inundation? So one important reason here is because of increase of sea level. So how there is increasing of sea level? That is mainly seen because of global warming. So these polar ice caps and as well as glaciers that are present in India, they will start melting at a very fast rate. So whenever there is melting of these glaciers and as well as a polar ice caps is seen, that will lead to increasing of sea level. So because of increasing of sea level, so many coastal cities which are present in India. So as you all know, India which is having a very long coastline, and let me know how many number of coastal states are present in India in the comment box. Don't forget about that. So if you open the map and if you see the political map of India and if you count the states, then you can come across how many coastal states are present in India, and let me know. So what is a coastline? So how much amount of coastline that is present in India? So this is your next homework. So if you're talking about this article, which mainly says that as per study which mainly done by RMSI, it is a Noida based IT consulting firm, okay, on this IPCC, that is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change reports, and it mainly said that some key coastal cities, they are going to inundate because of increasing of sea level rise by 2050, and because of this inundation we can see there is a significant amount of population, property and infrastructure that is mainly going to loss, especially in cities like Mumbai, Chennai, Vizag, Mangalore. So they will be underwater by 2050. So now let us try to see some details. So this IPCC assessment report which mainly indicates that there is increasing of sea level rise. So sea level rise will be significantly seen by 2050, and this sea level rise in the North Indian Ocean which mainly occurred at a very high rate of 3.3 mm per year in the past 2.5 decades. So earlier there was increasing of sea level that is about 1.06 to 1.75 mm per year, that is from 1874 to 2004, and from now 1993 to 2017 there is increasing of 3.3 mm per year. And this study which is mainly used coastal flooding modeling capabilities, and they started mapping of the city's inundation levels, and they are mainly based on various sea level rise forecast studies, and based on inundation it mainly conducted an analysis to identify the number of buildings and key infrastructure that could be potentially submerged in these cities. And as per analysis, about 464 buildings, they will be affected by this potential sea level rise in Kochi. And if you're talking about sea level rise, so here because of the sea level rise we can also see there is a high tide of 1,502 buildings, they are likely to be inundated. So because we can see high tide will be there, low tide will be there. So tides are mainly caused because of gravitational pull of both sun and moon, right? So because of this gravitational pull of moon especially, we can see high tides and low tides will be formed, right? They are called as spring tides and neap tides. So regarding the spring tides and neap tides, you can get some information in your NCRT, that is 11th class NCRT, right? So as per the two scenarios of potentially new coastline and coastline along this high tide, so 10 kilometers and 53 kilometers of road length will be impacted. So because of increasing of sea level, there is 10 kilometers of road length which is mainly impacted, and even because of high tide we can see 53 kilometers of this road length will be impacted. So this is about this topic, and let me give some know what can be the suggestions or way forward to tackle this problem. Okay, so now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding buildings can be constructed in Mars with space bricks. So here this topic which is mainly talking about the space bricks. This topic is very important regarding science and technology. Now let us try to see this topic in a very great detail. So if you say context, it mainly says that researchers from this ISRO and Indian Institute of Science, they have developed a way to make bricks from Martian soil with help of bacteria and urea. So ISRO's researchers mainly they used this Mars soil along with bacteria and urea. They started preparing of bricks. that bricks can be used for construction in the Mars. So this is about the context. And now let us try to see some details. So these space bricks can be used to construct building-like structures on the Mars surface, and this will be also helpful for facilitating of human settlement on this red planet. So let me know why Mars is called as red planet in comment box. So the team first made the slurry of this Mars soil, and they added guar gum and bacteria called as Sporosarcinia pasturae, and they also added urea and nickel chloride. And this slurry, which is mainly poured into some molds of desired shape, and over a few days bacteria which mainly convert the urea into crystals of calcium carbonate, and these crystals along with biopolymers they secreted by the microbes, they act as cement holding the soil particles together. Okay, so this is about this Mars bricks. So now let us try to see explanation for yesterday's questions. So first question is regarding this monotheistic movement. So monotheists, they led a vigorous ideological assault on caste and idolatry, yes. And monotheistic saints or aesthetics, but they are not aesthetics. They led a worldly life. They also married. So they are not aesthetics. And they rejected authority of Brahmins and other religious scriptures, yes. So here you need to identify correct statements, that will be 1 and 3 only. And next question is regarding Vaishnava Bhakti movement in Bengal. So first statement here is Vaishnava Bhakti movement in Bengal was different from that of South and North India, yes. And Vaishnava Bhakti movement in Bengal, which mainly influenced by Bhagavata Purana and as well as Sajiya, yes. So here you have to identify not correct statements, that is incorrect statements, that is neither 1 nor 2. And now let us try to see today's practice questions. The first one is regarding Sufism. So try to read the 3 statements you are given and give the correct answer. And the next question is regarding Vijayanagara style of architecture. So actually in 2018 there was one question regarding Kalyana Mandapas. So Kalyana Mandapas are belonging to which kind of style of architecture? So this was the question 2018 or 2019 if I am not wrong. So here Vijayanagara, it is one of the favorite topic of UPSC. So here you need to be prepared with this Vijayanagara for sure. So there are 3 statements are given, and let me know which are the correct statements regarding this Vijayanagara style of architecture. So now let us try to see today's Hindu newspaper PDF. So before seeing this today Hindu, I want to make a small announcement. So we came up with this mains answer writing practice course of 1 year. So this course, it is absolutely beneficial. And here we are going to give you weekly targets. So based on that target, we will be giving you daily 1 question, okay. And on Sundays, we will be giving essay or case study. So there will be evaluation of your answer. 1-to-1 mentorship is also provided. We provide you model answer. So if you want to join this course, please register in our website Rathod's IAS Academy, and there you can click on course list. So in that course list, you can see wide range of courses that we are offering, and you can also watch the demo videos there. So after watching these demo videos, and if you want to purchase that course, you can purchase directly there. And if you want to resolve any queries regarding the courses, you can call me on this number 8074765513, and this is also WhatsApp number. You can also message on this number. And we are also ready to come up with this pen drive courses for entire foundation course of 2023, and the cost of this pen drive course is also very affordable. It is just 60,000 rupees with validity of 2 years. So this is one of the important announcement that I want to come up. So if you want to prepare this UPSC, you can take this pen drive course. Okay, so if you have any queries, please call me on this number 8074765513. And now let us try to see today's Hindu newspaper PDF. This is our today's Hindu newspaper. Date here is April 21st, and this is Delhi edition. So now let us try to see quickly which are the topics important from our UPSC. So I discussed regarding this Ayush therapy, and here you can see one article regarding Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. They are going to solve their borders now. So Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, they have decided to form district level committees to resolve their boundary disputes. Okay, so this is one important issue. Actually in the northeastern states, we can see there will be like issues between the states and states regarding their boundary. So you have to see that issues if you're from northeastern states. And in the states page, I didn't find any article which is much important. And here you can see arrested drug peddlers have international ties. So what happened recently, the crime branch from Odisha, they mainly arrested 2 drug peddlers, and actually they are carrying about 202 grams of cocaine, and they have some international rings. So actually, so this drug trafficking, it is one of the important problem that we are facing in India. And if you move forward, in the states page, I discussed about this sea inundates, and here 1 killed and 2 injured in this electric vehicle battery explosion. So actually we are moving towards this electric vehicles, but there are also some challenges which are mainly posing by these electric vehicles. Regarding this electric vehicles, batteries are exploding because of increasing of heat in this summer, so you have to see this issue as well. And next one is Bihar BJP to mark Kunwar Singh Jayanti as a grand event. So actually this article is very important because this Kunwar Singh had played an important role in the uprising of 1857. So you have to know some facts regarding this topic. This might be your prelims question. And if you move forward, you can see buildings can be constructed in Mars with space bricks. I discussed that topic. And if you move further, in editorial page, I discussed regarding this Delhi MCA Act. So actually I also discussed this topic regarding this criminal procedure identification data. It is a number of times we discussed this topic, so I didn't discuss today, so you can easily refer that topic. And next one is regarding IMF growth estimates. Yesterday we discussed about this topic, and you can see actually this article is mainly talking about some concerns like there is increasing of food and fuel prices, and also there is inflation that is mainly seen, and it is also warning for we need to go for tightening of monetary policy. But if you're talking about our monetary policy, it is like a expansionary monetary policy. And next one is we need to also smoothen the interest rates, and we need to boost consumption in the people, okay, and we need to focus on the capital inflows. So these are some important things which are mainly said here. And if you move forward, you can see about this James Webb as telescope. I discussed this topic. And if you move further in this text and context, I discussed regarding this UGC regulations. And if you move forward in this news page, you can see PM launches new plans in Gujarat tribal areas. So here tribal areas and tribal plans will be very important, especially from your GS paper 2 and as well as in your anthropology paper 2. So this is very important topic and you have to focus on this. And if you move further, you can see India-Vietnam air services restored. So here, because of this COVID-19 pandemic, we suspended the flights between the international, that is countries and countries, India and other countries. Now we came up with resumption of this India-Vietnam air services. So here you can talk about even India-Vietnam relations as well. And next topic is regarding plea on non-payment of MG Narega's wages in Supreme Court. So what happened is MG Narega, which mainly stands for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. So under this scheme, so there is a non-payment of wages that is mainly seen. Okay, and this year budget allocation is also very low for this MG Narega. So this is one cause of concern. And next one, it is regarding INS Wakshir to be inducted next year. Okay, so this topic is very important from your defense point of view, which mainly comes in the GS paper 3. And next one, it is regarding Navy Chief unveils joint navigation chart in Maldives. So here we need to talk about India-Maldives relations. So this is very important. Okay, and if you move forward, here you can see Russia test nuclear capable Sarmat ballistic missile. So here you can get a question like, so Sarmat ballistic missile is seen recently in news. So it belongs to which of the following country, and they will be giving you Russia, USA, Israel, like that. So this Sarmat ballistic missile, which is mainly belongs to Russia. And if you move forward in this business page, you can see Indian wheat faces high freight cost and quality checks for Egypt export. So actually what happened, Egypt, which mainly said that we are going to import wheat grains from India. So actually it was a good news. Okay, in day before yesterday's lecture, we studied that yes, we are going to export our wheat to Egypt. But now this article says that when you want to export our wheat grains to Egypt, so it is mainly leading to increasing of freight cost. That is the cost for this transportation. It is like $70 per 1 ton. Okay, earlier it was like $30 to $40 and now it is $70. So it is one cause of concern. And even we need to pass number of quality controls tests which mainly done. So that is also one cause of concern. And next one, it is regarding oil production declined 2.7% in financial year 2022. So India's crude oil production fell 2.67% in the fiscal year. Okay, so here you need to know about where the crude oil will be extracted in India. So these are some important articles that appeared in this today's newspaper that are very much relevant from our UPSC point of view. So by this I am concluding. So please subscribe to Rathod Science Academy and don't forget to like, share and comment my videos. Thank you so much.